Hi there, I'm Peter Gorton, a master chef of Great Britain and a consultant chef. Normally I've been showing you how to cook inside, but today I've taken myself outside. I thought I'd cook for the family on my Kamado Joe. I do love my Kamado Joe. So I'm going to show you a delicious, quick and easy salmon dish. But first let's talk some rules which I tend to use when I'm using my Kamado Joe. First things first. Make sure you start your fire fairly early and make sure that it's gone to a grey ash, the charcoal, before you start using it. But before that, I tend to just put a little bit of oil on the bars there, and I just put a little bit of oil first before I start, but not too much, because you don't want that oil to burn off and get too hot and all the rest of it. Then, what I tend to do is I tend to cook. If I'm cooking fish, I leave it a bit of a distance away from the actual ash itself. If I'm cooking things like steaks, I would lower it down because obviously I want more heat to sear the juices and everything in the steaks. There you go. Right, let's get on with the recipe. So, very simply, first things first, I'm going to show you how to make a dressing to go with the salmon dish we're going to do in a minute. Blender. And this is such an easy recipe and it's absolutely delicious. Fresh mango. In you go, like so. Then I'm going to add to that some coconut milk. Now you can use yogurt if you like, but I just like coconut. This is sort of a Thai type dish really. In with the coconut. Then I'm going to add some lemongrass, bit of lemongrass, about a tablespoon. Now I've chopped that lemongrass really fine. Then I'm going to add some sweet chili sauce, about a tablespoon, but taste it after you've whizzed it up because you might want more, you might want less. As I've said many times, cooking is about what you like, it's personal, so there's really no right or wrong way to do this, it's how you prefer it. Bit of lime juice, squeeze that lime in there, and then in a minute when I've whizzed this up, I'll get you to come and have a look. And you can see the texture of it, bit of that, and then if it needs some salt, you can put a little bit of salt in, but that's up to you. There we go. Right, you can, if you want, use fresh chilies. Here's some fresh chilies. Now the rule of thumb, using fresh chilies, the smaller they are, the hotter they're going to be because that's packed with seeds and it'll be pretty hot. The Thai ones, I love the Thai ones, but it's personal. Right, there you go. Now, undo that, like so. And I'm just going to add now some herbs. Now, I like to add the herbs last minute because I like them not to be chopped up too fine. So what I've got here is I've got coriander, but again, you can use any herbs you like. So I've got some lovely fresh coriander and some fresh basil. I'm just going to put that in there and give it another whiz. Now this dressing is lovely with salads. This dressing goes also very well with chicken. Almost there. Done. Right. So if you come on over here and I will actually show you it now, the texture of it, and it is an absolutely delicious dressing. Look at that. See that? Beautiful. Right. I say this a lot to the chefs when I train them because as a consultant chef, I travel around the country training many chefs. The biggest thing is make sure you try your food. Taste, taste, taste. So let's have a taste. Oh. That's delicious. Now, if you haven't got fresh mango, you can use tinned mangoes, but if you're going to use tinned mangoes, they have more sugar in them, so cut down on using the sweet chili sauce. Add some fresh chilies instead. That's ready. Push that to the side. Now, I'm going to show you the salmon. So, and we'll get that on the barbecue, and then I'll talk. There's lots of things I want to talk to you about today. Right, salmon first. I've taken 2 pieces of foil like this. And again, if you come down here, come back down here with me, and I shall show you the ingredients for this. So, 2 pieces of foil. The reason for that is if you've got one foil, that can be a bit thin and the salmon can burn underneath. So a little bit of oil, a bit of olive oil I like to use because it's in the package. Take my salmon. Now the salmon I have cut, as you can see, through there in half, like so. I'm then going to put a few mushrooms on there, and you just lay these mushrooms nicely, like that. Bit fancy really, look at that. Then I like, as a little surprise, I like to put some chorizo over the top, like that. A little bit of chorizo. Then you sprinkle a little bit more olive oil over the top like that. Salmon like a little package, a little bit more olive oil, not too much. If you want a bit of lime juice squeezed on top, you can do that as well. A little bit of salt and pepper, up to you. Then you're going to now package it, ready for the grill. So the way that you do that is you pull it up like this and you just fold that bit over. You then go to the sides and you push those under and the side and push them under. Now this is the bit that's quite important. This bit here, you push like that. So when it's on the grill, you can just pick it up easy. Then take it to your grill. Oh, onto the barbecue, on there, put the lid down. There we go. And now you let that cook for about 10 minutes. When it comes out, it tastes delicious. Right, a few more tips on the barbecue. I tend to use hispy cabbage sometimes. That works very well on a barbecue and tastes delicious. What I do, again, I brush it a little bit with oil, not too much oil, just a little bit, and then I'm going to throw that onto the barbecue as well, and I'm going to let that cook. Now, depends how crunchy you want it. It's delicious if you cook it like this, then take it off and put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. Recently, I found this Calcar coffee spirit, which is rum. And this comes from Bude, so it's British rum, fantastic. And I use this a lot in my sort of barbecue sauce recipes now. It's a delicious taste, and I love coffee, so why not? All right, so while that's cooking, there's some other veg you can use, and I'll just show you a few. Fennel is delicious with fish, especially baby fennel like this. Also some mixed carrots, some heritage carrots, look, all yellow ones, you know, purple ones. Just throw them on the barbecue as they are. You don't really, just give them a wash. Literally take them like that, throw them on. They are absolutely delicious. And just let them cook, and cook them as much as you like. Right, let's push that to the side. Now, while that's happening, I'm now gonna start plating the salmon dish, because there's one I prepared earlier to save time for you. So you come over here and I will show you my salad and everything else I'm doing. Right, my salad's there, and what I've got in my salad is I've got a bit of the mango because I didn't need all the mango. I got some peppers, I got some radish, I got some lettuce, I got some cucumber, and what I like to do is I like to sprinkle over some pumpkin seeds, and I'm going to put the dressing all over this afterwards, like that. And I also like some sesame seeds, which I've toasted already, just to bring out the flavour, a bit more of them sesame seeds, and that is delicious. Right, I'll leave that one to the side for a moment, and I'm just going to take one of my salmons to give you an example of what I've done earlier. Right, there's the power package we talked about, and that one's on the grill. So if I open that one up, and you can see, look, I've got all those beautiful juices in there. And I'm going to take this salmon out of here now. Just going to get my palette knife. Now you can eat it just in there if you like, but it does slide off very easily like that. And look at that, that's delicious. I'll put that on the plate. Now, I don't want to waste any of this lovely juice that you can see in there. So I pour that juice over the top like that, because that is absolutely delicious. I'm also going to put a few sesame seeds on top, just because I love the taste of sesame seeds, and I spent a lot of time working over in the Orient, so it's one of my favourite cuisines. I've char grilled a little bit of asparagus here, and that has literally been on the grill for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, no more. So I'm going to put a few of them over the top. Now, all of this has come from Tamar Fresh Chef's Box, which I asked them to put together for me the other day, and they kindly did, and it is delicious. So as well as having the normal carrots and the potatoes and everything else, they have all these other ingredients. All you have to do is phone up and ask, say, can I have a bit of a chef's box? They'll tell you what they've got available, and there you go. Right, last but not least now, some of that beautiful dressing. Oh, look at that, absolutely delicious. Right, here we go. Let's have a taste. I'm going to pull this one up now. And all that remains for me to say, I am now going to serve this up to my family. Happy cooking. Be safe. And remember to eat well. Cheers.